Woo Ho-young has always had a dream since childhood. He wanted to become a great football player, just like his idol, but all he could become was a miserable loser. When RMC was young, he told his father about his dream, and he supported him, saying that he had special talent. The young Ho-young believed his words when they were just lip service and enrolled in a football club with great enthusiasm. However, he quickly learned that he was a loser without any talent, and his coach sent him to practice with kids significantly younger than him. That day, Ho-young felt like the wall from the Attack on Titan was standing in between him and his dreams. He could not bear that and quit the football academy. He was too sad about it, and his father comforted him by saying that everyone manifests their talents in due time. He told him that he could be a late bloomer, so he just needs to keep practicing. Ho-young could not believe his words a second time, and he gave up football for good. Now, he is a loser with a pitiful job. One day, he goes to celebrate his best friend getting a contract from a professional football club. Compared to him, Ho-young's job is a part-time clerk in a convenience store. He keeps chugging down his jealousy with beer and thinks that if he had not given up back then, maybe he would have improved and become a professional football player too. He tells this to his friend, who makes fun of him and says that if Ho-young were a professional footballer, he would have won the Ballon d'Or a few times by now. He tells him that it is too late to regret now, and Ho-young recalls the many opportunities he missed because he was too afraid to take them after his previous loss. He curses himself and thinks that he is an idiot. Ho-young wants another chance at life so that he can go back and pursue his dream, no matter what. As he is cursing himself, his friend asks him if he will join his other friends for a game of four-a-side football. Ho-young thinks this is his chance to reconnect with the game, and he happily goes with him. They go to the boys who are waiting for them, and Ho-young notices an arrogant genius called Yoon-young-ho, who doesn't even look at him. He was a promising professional football player but had to retire early because of a serious injury. Ho-young had a bad relationship with Yoon-ho ever since they were young, and it seems like the latter was still holding on to that grudge. Our hero is on the same level of pettiness as him and doesn't make an effort to talk to him. It had been raining for quite some time, but then it started to get intense, and the boys decided to have a quick game outdoors because the indoor stadium was packed. The game starts, and Ho-young rushes ahead with the ball because, when he used to play, he was a forward. That time, he considered himself to have above-average physique and technical skills, and he wants to prove that he has not lost them even now. He is about to shoot the ball into the goalpost when Yoon-ho steals it from him. Ho-young knows he cannot compare to a pro, but then Yoon-ho gives him an arrogant smirk, firing him up. Ho-young always wanted a challenge like this, or he played high-intensity football. He wants to steal the ball from Yoon-ho to defeat him, but finds that he can't do anything. Yoon-ho kicks the ball directly at him to taunt him further, and Ho-young gets physical before other players come and take him away. He goes to fetch the ball from the sidelines when, suddenly, lightning strikes him. Let's just say that 4 Pikacha'd the crap out of Ho-young, and he realizes that his life is about to end. Ho-young is frustrated because not only did he fail to achieve anything in his life, he was struck by thunder despite the odds. As he loses his life, Ho-young screams at God to give him his life back, when suddenly he finds himself in a strange space. He wonders where he is when he hears a scary laughter and turns back to see that someone had heard his plea, but it was not God but rather the devil. The Crobat hybrid demon makes its appearance before Ho-young, who wets his pants but still acts confident. He asks the demon if he is a devil, and he replies that he is the demon of greed, known as Mammon, the brain-eater in human culture. The demon asks Ho-young if he would like to make a deal with him, and he hesitates as he waits for him to tell him more. Ho-young asks the demon what kind of deal they are talking about, and the demon presents him with 2 options. He tells Ho-young that he can trade 2 things with him, the first is time, and the second is a special ability. The demon elaborates, saying that if Ho-young chooses time, he will regress to the past anywhere between 10 and 23 years. Ho-young likes the sound of it, but then the demon tells him that there is no free lunch and he must pay the price for this service. He pokes Ho-young's chest, telling him that his lifespan will be reduced by as many years as he goes back in time. If I were him, I would gladly take it, it is a win-win for me. He says that if he goes back 23 years, he will lose 23 years from his total lifespan, but no one knows how long he will live. Ho-young laughs, saying that there is no problem with that. He thinks that, in the best-case scenario, he might have a lifespan of 100 years and will live a long enough life. Even if he doesn't live that long, he will be satisfied. Then, he moves on to the second item. The demon tells Ho-young that he can also choose to get his ability, the power to obtain what he desires. Ho-young asks him to explain, and the demon says that it is the power to turn others' talents into his own. Ho-young finds it hard to believe but takes up the offer anyway. On top of that, The demon doesn't even ask for a price for his ability, and Ho Young asks if he is doing this as some sort of underworld community service. The demon asks him to simply say how many years he wants to go back in the past, and Ho Young knows what age he wants to regress to. As he opens his eyes, he finds that he is a 10-year-old boy again, and the news about his favorite footballer is being reported on TV. He checks that his body is truly like a child and learns that he is back exactly 14 years ago, and he is in the 3rd grade of elementary school right now. He fist bumps the air, thinking that now he can obtain anything he wants. Just then, he sees his parents, who are looking much younger. Soon they have dinner, and Ho Young's dad asks him the same question about his dream. Ho Young says that he wants to be a footballer, but when his dad asks him if he wants to be like his idol, Jae-sun, he replies that he wants to be even more amazing. He grins brightly as he declares that he dreams to be the best footballer in the world, and his parents laugh as they cheer him on. Ho Young realizes that since he is 10 years old now, he has all the time in the world until bedtime. He asks his dad where his hypernova is. Hypernova was the name of the ball used in the 2002 Korea-Japan World Cup, and just looking at it makes Ho Young's heart pound. He goes outside and dribbles in the empty park and realizes that childhood was really the best part of his life. This guy is living the dream all of us have. Then, Ho Young decides to check out if the powers he got from the demon really work. He calls them forth, and a system window appears before him that tells him that he possesses no talent right now. Ho Young is disappointed because the system window proves that he was always a loser without any skills of his own. He realizes that, at this rate, he won't even qualify to be a ball boy. Ho Young keeps practicing by himself so that he can adapt to his younger body, and he thinks that it will be nice if he can get someone to compare himself with. He only has to say that Young Ho calls his name from behind, asking him why he was molesting the football when he couldn't play. Ho Young picks up a fight with his sworn enemy immediately, who tries to rile him up. However, instead of punching him in the face like usual, Ho Young decides to observe his skills carefully. He wonders if he can use his power to see Young Ho's skills, and suddenly, the system window opens in front of him again. It says that Young Ho has 2 talents, a football prodigy and a powerful mid-range shot. To copy his talent, Ho Young has to achieve the condition of playing football with him for 60 minutes. Ho Young is elated to see the system window. He thinks that with the ability given to him by the demon Mammon, he can see not only his talents but those of others too. I don't think being able to see his talents even makes a difference right now because he doesn't have any talent. Then, Ho Young realizes that Young Ho is not as good as he always thought him to be, and his talent was only B rank. He looks at the conditions to activate the demon's powers, and even though he doesn't know what will happen if he uses them, he decides to give them a try. He asks Young Ho to play football with him, and he accepts the offer. They play together, and Young Ho says that he will have more fun if he plays with a tree because Ho Young is utterly useless. However, Ho Young has achieved his goal now after playing with him for 60 minutes. The system asks him to choose one of the 2 talents, and Ho Young chooses the B-rank talent football prodigy. As soon as he picks it up, the demon's magic starts working, and the skill is copied to his status window. Ho Young is super happy that now he is equal to Young Ho. He knows that how much he can grow depends on his efforts, but at least he has confidence now. I don't think how much he can grow depends on his efforts, it depends on the talents he steals. Then, Ho Young looks at Young Ho and finds that copying a talent doesn't mean it will disappear from the original person. Young Ho still has his talent, and Ho Young sees the system telling him that he needs to play football with him for 50 minutes to copy his next talent because it was only C rank. Young Ho begins to leave, but Ho Young asks him to play a bit more. He says that he doesn't want to play with someone as bad as him, but Ho Young is able to bribe him with snacks. He is happy that Young Ho is still a kid right now. They play again, and after 50 minutes, Ho Young is exhausted, but he can now copy Young Ho's second skill too. Young Ho remarks that he has gotten considerably better just in this practice session, and Ho Young smiles to himself and thanks him for it. He is really happy and wants to buy him some good quality snacks, but then Young Ho asks him if his mom won't scold him for buying costly snacks because his family is poor. Ho Young gets irritated on hearing this and recalls that Young Ho always had a nasty personality. He pretends to punch him, but he shows him the money he has before running away, saying that he doesn't need to bother with him now. Young Ho is furious, but Ho Young leaves without caring for him. As he goes home, he realizes that just copying one person's skill is not enough. He needs hard work and luck to make the talents he stole bloom. He remembers a YouTube video of a 5-year-old boy playing football, and Manchester United scouted the talented kid. However, there are no smartphones in his era, and Ho Young has to take another approach to become famous and get more opportunities. He thinks that if he can appear on TV, he can get a chance to play with more talented players. He also has the perfect opportunity for this in the form of a youth development program that takes place during big international tournaments. Ho Young knows that 10 kids from the program went pro, and one of them was Kong Cheol, who was scouted by a big club. Ho Young thinks that if he goes to the program, it will be his golden ticket to guaranteed success. He soon tells his parents that he wants to be on the Shoot Dory program, the first of its kind youth development program. His parents have not heard about it yet because it was not famous yet, but Ho Young knows that it was the canon event that shaped the future of Korean football. Ho Young's dad reads the news article about it that says that Shoot Dory is a program to train kids under 10 years of age under celebrity coaches to pick out talented players. The auditions are going to take place soon, and Ho Young holds his parents' hands as he tells them that he wants to do this. They are incredibly supportive and say that if he wants to do this, it will back him up. I wish my parents were more like them. Soon, time passes, and the day of the audition comes, and Ho Young goes to the training facility where the auditions are taking place. The judges for the audition are Kim Jong-kook, who is a singer and part-time footballer, and I feel like I have heard that name somewhere. The other two judges are from the show's production team. The producer doesn't really care about picking kids with skills and thinks that they should choose those who can grab the attention of their viewers. They audition a lot of kids and pick those who have some skill and can attract the viewers with their personality or cuteness. The producer thinks they have enough candidates for the program now, and then Ho Young's turn comes. The producer can see that he is average in all aspects, from his height to his looks and resume. The only thing he has more than others is confidence, and the judges ask him to show them what he has. Ho Young shows them how well he can juggle the ball, and all the judges are mesmerized by his performance. The producer thinks he is definitely star material, not knowing that Ho Young trained this routine for the entire month to get this good at it. With the brain of a 24-year-old man and the talent he copied from Young Ho, he was able to wow the judges, who thought he was a genius. The coach, Young Kook, wants to test Ho Young some more. He says that now they will play a one-on-one match, where he will be defending and Ho Young has to score a goal against him. Ho Young is confident that he can do that because he thinks he just needs to score one goal. However, Young Kook doesn't really expect him to score, and he has no plans to disqualify Ho Young even if he cannot score. He just wants some shots that will look good on the promo for their program. As Ho Young dribbles the ball towards him, Young Kook decides he will go easy on him, but then suddenly, Ho Young whizzes past him and scores a goal before he can process anything. Young Kook is impressed that Ho Young is good at more than just juggling, so he asks him to try it one more time when he is being serious. He is genuinely curious about the boy's skills now and wants to test if he really is a genius or not. Ho Young takes the ball to Young Kook, but he realizes he can't get past him, so he backs away and uses his powerful mid-range shot to score from a distance. The coach realizes that there is no need to test anything else because Ho Young has proved that he is really good at football. Ho Young also realizes that the production team's response was good, and that means he has secured a spot on the program. He thinks that his hard work showed its efforts, and if he can keep this performance even on the show, he will surely become a star quickly. He is lost in his dreams about getting picked by famous clubs, just like Kong Cheol, who was the most famous footballer produced by the Shoot Dory program. Ho Young also wants to be like him and join Barcelona or Real Madrid, and as he thinks about it, Young Kook comes to him. He gives Ho Young a fist bump as he tells him that he will be the coach on the program. Just then, Ho Young's parents come there, and they greet Young Kook. They feel they have seen him somewhere, and Ho Young tells them that he is a famous singer. I don't mean to be racist, but don't all Korean people look exactly the same? Ho Young's dad immediately hits off with Young Kook, who then returns to the production team after wishing the boy the best of luck. However, as he goes, Ho Young sees the status window that displays his skills and tells him he can copy one of them if he exercises with him for 60 minutes. However, Young Kook's talents are bodybuilding and singing and have nothing to do with football. Ho Young is confused, but he still wants to do something and approaches him, asking him to recommend him some protein supplements. Those words are enough to bait any bodybuilder in the world, and Young Kook starts telling Ho Young about the supplements he uses. Ho Young takes the conversation further and asks him to teach him some good exercises while they are at it, and the man is happy to do that. I must say that RMC knows how to get what he wants. They talk about protein supplements, exercise, and playing football, and soon, the hour required for Ho Young to copy Young Kook's talent is over. He chooses to see ranked talent's sculpted muscles because they could help him with his physique. Ho Young can already feel his muscles growing stronger, like I felt after the first day at the gym. Ho Young's dad approaches Young Kook and asks him how he can thank him for taking out time to help his son, and he replies that he enjoyed playing with him too. 2 weeks later, Ho Young's dad gets a call informing him that his son has been selected for Shoot Dory. He is elated and lifts Ho Young up and swings him around to congratulate him. Ho Young initially feels dizzy, but then he also gets very happy upon learning that he has been chosen. He remembers the date of September 16, 2002, when his name was on the list of Shoot Dory participants. His parents are very happy because, at this rate, their son was going to be on TV and become a big star. Ho Young also feels warm inside because this was the first feat he has achieved after coming back in time. He doesn't care about getting famous or getting brands to cast him in advertisements, he only wants to showcase his skills and become the best football player in the world. He holds his football and dreams of the future, where he will play for major clubs all around the world, and to achieve the dream, he has to work even harder. Ho Young runs outside to play football because he knows that even with his cheating abilities, he has a long way to go. He might have stolen talent, but he still lacks the basic skills that set him back. The first thing he practices is juggling because he feels that he lacks the ability to use it in his game. He keeps on practicing day after day and notices that he is really improving. While he practices juggling in the morning, in the afternoon, Ho Young goes to the park to improve his stamina. Soon, the program Shoot Dory starts, and Ho Young has butterflies in his stomach as the first match evaluation is about to begin. Their match is against the best junior football academy in Korea, and the producer asks their coach to have his team go all out against the Shoot Dory team. He doesn't care if they lose the match by 20 goals, he just wants to make the kids cry so that the audience will also be sentimental. What a jerk! He thinks that as the kids improve and become better as players and as a team, the viewers will be amazed by their progress, and the show will be hit. However, he has some hopes for Ho Young, whose promotional video was a super hit. He thinks that even though it is unlikely, one goal from Ho Young could do wonders for their viewership. He feels that his talent will not be enough to turn the tables on the best football club in Korea. Soon, the game starts between the two teams, and the Shoot Dory team wins the toss and starts the game. Ho Young thinks that even though their opponents are considered the best children's football team in Korea, no one is expecting anything much from this game. He feels that most people just want the kids on both teams to look cute while playing, and that is his chance to shine. Ho Young shoots the ball with his full power, and it whizzes past two defenders and the goalkeeper as it hits the nets. Everyone is shocked to see that Ho Young scored a sensational goal from the midfield right after the kickoff. Then, Ho Young runs towards the camera for the biggest heist in the history of sports. He knows that goal celebrations should be iconic for a player to be remembered, and that is why he steals Ronaldo's shoe even before he has invented it. He was only stealing talents, but now he is stealing even celebrations. Meanwhile, the players and coach of the opposite team are shocked because Ho Young's level was far beyond what they had expected. Their coach, Sang-woon, thinks that they were fed a lie when the producer said the kids were not that good at football. He was a national-level player himself, so he knows that Ho Young's goal was truly exceptional. He can only think that he got his skills and power from innate talent. The coach is close enough. He thinks that Ho Young's shooting technique is perfect, which is rare for kids his age, and he feels he has great potential. As the game continues, the prestigious football academy takes the lead and wins the game by a great margin despite Ho Young's initial attack. He is also quite tired after the game, even though it was played only in a mini stadium. His teammates aren't as good as he thought they would be, and while some are happy about their mediocre contributions, some are crying because they got hurt. Ho Young thinks they are disappointing, but it doesn't matter because they were here to train. He thinks that if he had his adult body, he could have smoked all the opponents alone, but he cannot win against all of them with his current abilities. The game nears its end, and Ho Young steals the ball from his opponent and rushes to the goalpost. He is surrounded by all the enemy players because their coach thought that no matter how talented Ho Young is, he wouldn't be able to break free from this strategy. However, the dribbling and juggling practice Ho Young did over the past few months comes into play, and he moves past the opponents at lightning speed and scores another goal. He does the stolen celebration again, and the commentators go crazy as he just scored his fifth goal. They call him a crane amongst chickens, but Ho Young knows that he is so good only because his mind is that of an adult. He thinks that his body is like a computer with super advanced software, so he can't be beaten by other players his age. Soon, the match ends, and the prestigious Cha-bum Club wins 14-5. Ho Young is exhausted, and even though his team lost, he has no regrets because he got to show off his skills. He lays on the ground, thinking that this should be enough to make him a star. He is right, and the commentator says that regardless of which team won the match, the MVP is Ho Young because he scored 5 goals alone. The presenter interviews him and asks him how he is feeling. Ho Young replies that he is still hungry, which is yet again something he stole from a famous football personality. After the interview, he runs to hug his mom, who asks him what he would like to eat for dinner to celebrate his performance. Ho Young says he wants to eat chicken, and then Sang-woon, the coach of the other team, approaches them. He introduces himself before remarking that Ho Young's football skills are really impressive, and his game gave him goosebumps. Sang-woon sits down for a chat, then comes straight to the point and tells Ho Young's mom that he wants to teach her son. She is shocked and asks if he really has so much talent, and Sang-woon replies that in their academy, it takes about 3 months to assess a child's talent with football. However, just by seeing him in one game, he can conclude that Ho Young is close to a genius. Sang-woon then says that he still wants to nurture Ho Young's talent, even if it is considered unethical. He believes that the boy is in another football academy right now and wants to talk with the coach there before bringing him to his academy. However, when Ho Young's mom says that he never attended a football academy, Sang-woon is aghast. He wants to know who taught Ho Young football and learns that he has never had formal training and has only played with his dad and friends. Sang-woon is speechless for a while and then asks the woman if she wants to make her son a pro. She believes that it will be a good thing for Ho Young, and he also wants to become a footballer. She wants to know about the academy fees, and Sang-woon says that they are different for different category classes, but Ho Young will directly go to the S class. Only those with the talent and skill to prove it could join the S class, and the monthly fees for joining it were roughly $1,000,000. Ho Young's mom thinks that the fees are a bit high, but it is understandable since the football academy is also prestigious. She wants her son's talent to be polished by experts, and for that, she does not hesitate to think about using her savings. However, Ho Young speaks up before her and asks Sang-woon if he can pay the fees later. He laughs as he tells the coach that when he becomes a famous football player, he will pay the fees 100-fold. His mom is stunned at his bold statement, but Sang-woon says that this attitude is a wonderful thing to have for footballers. He accepts his offer and welcomes him to his academy. Sang-woon tells Ho Young's mom that their academy has a scholarship system for special talents, and he will strongly recommend Ho Young for it. He also promises to seek out professional football teams and train abroad if Ho Young shows considerable growth. He asks Ho Young if he is happy with that, and he is more than just happy. He thinks that both parties get what they want from this arrangement. For the academy, it will be great to have a student like him, and they will get some publicity because of his performance on TV. And since he doesn't have to worry about the money, he will focus only on learning football professionally. He boasts to Sang-woon and thanks him for taking him in, and the coach smiles at him. As Ho Young and his mom return home, he looks at the talent of a boy from the prestigious Chabum Academy and finds that he had C++ grade football prodigy talent, and his system tells him that he can't copy it because he has a higher ranked talent. Ho Young thanks Young Ho for that, because despite his arrogance, he was still a talented player. Sang-woon also had the talent to identify talented players, but Ho Young does not need that because he has the system. He thinks that he will certainly need someone with exceptional talent in the academy and steal it. Soon, they reach home, and Ho Young's dad throws a tantrum because he missed meeting Sang-woon, who was one of his favorite players. He then says that he is very happy and proud of his son, and he orders the best pizza from Domino's to celebrate the day. Ho Young drools as the pizza comes and recalls that back in the day, they rarely ate out. He was aware of his family's financial condition when he was young, so he never demanded that they buy his pizza, even though he craved it a lot. However, this time, he does not plan to worry about being broke because he will become famous and earn a lot of money for them. Ho Young relishes the pizza and thanks his parents for the treat. About a week later, the first episode of Shoot Dory is aired on TV, and it attracts many viewers. Soon after that, Sang-woon calls Ho Young's home and tells his dad that he has been selected for the scholarship class. While they are happy about it, his mom comes running with even bigger news. She says that Ho Young has a fan cafe now, and Ho Young and his dad are aghast. They search for the cafe's address online and find that it already has 200 members. Ho Young is surprised, but as he reads the comments, he finds that not all of them are positive. He is not new to the terrors of cyber trolling, but he doesn't care because he knows how passionate Korea was about football around this period of time. The year 2002 was the golden year for Korean football, but after that, it started to decline, and people hoped for the birth of a new hero. Now that Ho Young is in the spotlight, he also receives some criticism, but it still feels good. However, his dad doesn't take the trolls and fake news so well. As he reads comments about Ho Young being the son of a rich family that was sponsoring the program to give him the spotlight, he becomes furious. His wife calms him down, asking him not to pay any attention to jealous haters. They turn to Ho Young, who says that he actually likes baseless rumors like this too, because that means people are jealous of him. Even then, there are some nasty trolls, and he wants to shut them up soon enough. The next day, he goes to the Chabum Academy, where he finds many kids with searing talents. Ho Young licks his lips as he thinks that playing with them will allow him to steal their talents too, and he is eager to get a fourth talent now. As Ho Young plays with other students, his mom shows his little brother his game. Wait, where did that little brother come from? Just then, a woman comes to talk to her because she recognizes her as Ho Young's mom from Shoot Dory. She gets frank with her, almost too frank, honestly. She wants to know what football club Ho Young has been going to and what his father does for a living. Even as Ho Young's mom tells her that they are just common people, the woman doesn't believe her and keeps pressing her for details. Then, she asks her about the tuition fee here, and Ho Young's mom proudly tells her that her son is special, so he gets a scholarship. The woman is flustered, but she has no answer when Ho Young's mom says that her son has a special talent. She thinks that it is definitely a great thing to have a rich husband, but raising good kids with limited means is even better. Meanwhile, Sang-woon is impressed by Ho Young's growth. In just 10 days, he has become much more skilled than before. However, he knows that such unbalanced growth is not always good. When talented players hit a growth plateau, they sometimes lose all hope and give up on their dreams. He wants to do something to keep the boy on the right track. However, Ho Young has grown this much only through his hard work and has not stolen any talents yet. He was admitted only to the A class, where he learned the basics about ball control, dribbling, and passing from the coaches. He also learned about positioning and stretching, as well as collisions with opponents. Sang-woon also taught him to keep moving after passing, even if he doesn't know where to go. He told him that doing that would improve his off-the-ball tactics and that he would be ready whenever the ball came to him. He told him that this skill was especially important for him as he aims to become a striker. Ho Young is thankful for all these lessons. When he was young, he thought that he only needed to be good at dribbling and shooting to become a good player, but the more he learned about the game, the more he realized how wrong he was then. But there is another benefit to playing with this class other than the instructions. It is time to copy his skills with his demonic powers. Ho Young first targets a C-rank free kick talent and fulfills the conditions to obtain it by defeating the player in a shootout competition. Even though the skill is rank C right now, he believes that he can improve its level just with practice alone. However, that is the extent of the talents he can find in the A class, which was not as good as he expected. He wants to go with the S class team, but they were training at a closed facility, and he can't get there so easily. He doesn't think that the talents of the coaches aren't too helpful either, and he knows that finding an active professional player to play with him is nearly impossible. Just then, he spots Sang-woon talking to someone, and Ho Young immediately recognizes that man is Chad, a genius footballer. Is that the power of plot armor? Chad is not only a great footballer, he is also the son of Cha Beum, the legendary Korean striker and the founder of this academy. Ho Young wonders why an internationally acclaimed athlete like him is here and then realizes that Chad is more handsome in real life than he appears on TV. I can say I am just the opposite, but I haven't been on TV either. He wonders why he is here, and he decides to observe him. As he overhears Chad and Sang-woon talking, he remembers that around this time, Chad got an offer from a European club, and he was going to make his club debut there. Ho Young thinks that this is a great opportunity that he cannot miss. He knows that he might risk not getting anything but scorn, but he does not want to pass it up. He uses his system to find out about Chad's talents and finds that he has 3 outstanding talents. The lowest one is B+ ranked physique, the second one is ranked quick passing, and the best of them all is your ranked sprinting speed. However, if Ho Young wants to copy any of those skills, he needs to train or play with Chad for 500 minutes. But first, he has a question, and so do I. What does you mean? He guesses that it must be Chad's unique talent, and now he wants to acquire it at all costs. Meanwhile, Sang-woon and Chad talk about how his schedule has been busy lately and that he is quite tired. Just then, Ho Young approaches them, saying that he has something to give to Chad. Chad is shocked that the boy could recognize him even though he was wearing a cap. What does he think this is? A Marvel movie. Ho Young gives him an energy tonic good for relieving fatigue, and Chad laughs at his innocence. Ho Young is happy that he made a good first impression, and even Sang-woon is impressed. He tells Chad to remember the boy who was a promising player of the new generation. Chad believes the coach's word and asks Ho Young if he would like to play with him. That is what he came here for, and he eagerly accepts the chance. They play together, and Ho Young gets exhausted soon. Chad says that he reminds him of his student named Young. Ho Young remembers that name because Young was going to be an elite player in the future. Now, he thinks that Chad is not only a great player but also a great teacher. Soon, they return indoors, and Sangwon asks Chad if he didn't have an errand to run for his father. He replies that his father isn't home right now, so he will do it later, and then asks if he has seen Ho Young play. Sangwon replies that Coach Cha Bum has not seen him yet, but he plans to do so next time. Chad laughs, saying that his father may adopt Ho Young and train him under himself if he is impressed by him. Ho Young quickly gobbles up this chance and asks Chad to take him home and raise him. Chad says that he is already training under a good coach, but Ho Young butters him up and says that he wants to become a good player like him. He begs Chad to teach him something different from Sangwon, but he replies that he is in safe hands with the coach and shouldn't be too greedy. Ho Young still tries to convince Chad, who tells him that he is too busy to train him. On realizing that he won't be able to train with him, Ho Young is a bit dejected, but then Chad thinks of something else. He asks for his address and finds that they live quite close by. He calls Ho Young's mother and asks her permission to exercise with her son for 1 hour each day. She is flustered, but upon learning that Chad is doing it of his own free will, she accepts the offer. The next day, Ho Young meets Chad, and they go jogging before playing with each other. Ho Young thinks that he is really inconveniencing Chad, so he owes him big time. However, by playing with him for over a week, he meets the conditions and gets the chance to pick one of his talents, and he has no second thoughts about choosing his unique sprinting talent. Chad was famous for running faster than the ball and often losing balance because of his overwhelming speed, and Ho Young wants that too. However, after he copies the talent, the system tells him that it will take 30 days to get fully integrated into his system, and during that time, he won't be able to copy any other talent. Ho Young is taken aback because this is the first time something like this has happened, but he understands that getting such high-ranking talent requires such preparation. He doesn't really mind the 30-day accumulation period because there is no important competition during that duration, and getting used to the speed is important too. He decides that he will progress one step at a time and will surely become a great football player. In between shooting for Shoot Dory and training on his own, time passed quickly. Ho Young kept watching his own show along with football tournaments and was greatly inspired by Wayne Rooney's sensational debut. After about a month, it was time for one of his greatest challenges at Shoot Dory. There was a special match ahead of them, and Ho Young felt more nervous than ever because this time officials from the Korea Football Association as well as media personalities were also here. His father pats his back and tells him not to be nervous, because even though his opponents look tough, he is also equally skilled. Ho Young assures his dad that he will win, and as he goes to the field, the commentators praise him and say that his movements have become sharper recently. They debate if his skills will be able to help him win against the greatest challenge the Shoot Dory team has faced. The famous Brazilian football club is called S/U00E30 Paulo FC. The producer of Shoot Dory knows that S/U00E30 Paulo FC has given birth to many legends of Brazilian football. They were here for the Youth World Cup, and he managed to organize a friendly match with them in hopes that this match would boost their television ratings to magical numbers. And he is betting all his money on Ho Young to perform well again. Ho Young assesses the situation and concludes that no matter how much he and his team have improved in the past few months, they still cannot hope to beat S/U00E30 Paulo. The players were not only older but also significantly taller, and Douglas Costa, who would one day be a star of the Brazilian football team, was also there. Ho Young knows that he has been a genius ever since he was young, but he does not remember him being on the youth team of S/U00E30 Paulo. However, he does not care about it because, right now, he has the chance to copy some skills from a genius. He looks at Costa's talents and finds that he has B+ ranked football prodigy talent, fast legs, and the third talent that makes him swing like a pendulum between a genius and a mediocre player. To copy those talents, Ho Young has to meet two conditions this time. First, he must prevent goals, and second, he must win in terms of speed. Ho Young finds the conditions and rewards tempting. Carlos, the coach of S/U00E30 Paulo FC, has seen some videos of Shoot Dory, and he thinks that only Ho Young knows how to play football here. He doesn't think that he or anyone else can pose a threat to his team. He asks Costa to take this match as just a warm-up but tells him to score 10 goals anyway to tell the world about his talent. Then he asks another player named Casemiro to mark Ho Young for the entire game. Carlos thinks Casemiro will learn something by playing with him, and the boy gets upset as he declares that he is much better than him. However, the coach tells him to not let his guard down and promises to take him to the amusement park if he doesn't let Ho Young score a goal. They have to play on a smaller field with 8 players on a side, and Carlos prepares his strategy centered around creative football while stopping Ho Young. Casemiro does not like that he is being given that much attention, and he decides to stop him from scoring even a single goal. The game starts, and S/U00E30 Apollo FC shows that their skills, training, and discipline are leagues ahead of the Shoot Dory team. Their taller and stronger physique, as well as their crafty passing, tire the Korean kids easily. Costa breaks through their defense with his immense speed and thinks that scoring a goal will be too easy. He shoots the ball, hoping that it will convert, but Ho Young stops the ball, surprising him. Costa and Ho Young stare at each other, and he tells him that he got lucky this time. However, as the game continues, Ho Young keeps intercepting Costa and preventing him from scoring. He is getting frustrated because Ho Young has not let him take a valid shot after the first one and blocked any chances that they created. Costa realizes that the boy knows to play football, and he angrily confronts him. He asks him what he was doing in defense when he was a striker, but Ho Young doesn't understand English that well, but he uses a few English words that convey his intentions to Costa really well. Ho Young tells him he won't score any goals today, and the Brazilian boy turns Super Saiyan with rage. He feels humiliated that he is being stopped by someone who was not even a proper defender. Even though the coach had told him not to overdo it, he decided to show Ho Young his real skill because he couldn't be defeated. Soon, Shoot Dory's team leads the attack, but Casemiro stops them single-handedly and passes it to Costa, who has broken through the entire defense line with ease. The Korean goalkeeper is crying and shivering like a wimp, and Costa thinks that he just needs to touch the ball and it will be a goal. But surprise! Ho Young is right there with him, and he runs faster than him and steals the ball. Ho Young runs to the enemy goal in Costa's size, thinking that he has no choice but to use his full speed now. He runs towards Ho Young, but finds that he can't manage to catch up to him. He is afraid to be beat in a battle of speed and stops completely. He kicks the grass to vent his rage, and the commentators poke fun at him. Then they focus on Ho Young, who is ditching his usual style of shooting from long range to dribbling and beating the Brazilian team with speed. He cuts through their defense, and the commentators realize that his dribbling was like a chat. However, Casemiro is standing in front of Ho Young to stop him. Ho Young reads his talents and finds that he is a B+ ranked soccer prodigy and has some decent defense and intercepting skills. To acquire his talents, Ho Young must overcome him in a solo challenge and score a goal. Ho Young knows that Casemiro will join Real Madrid in the future and become a good defender. He wants his skills and decides to fulfill both conditions in one go. Casemiro realizes that Ho Young is fast, but he thinks he can stop him. However, Ho Young swiftly kicks the ball next to him and then catches up to it with his great speed. Casemiro is shocked that his defense was breached, but by then, Ho Young is already near the goal. The goalkeeper comes ahead to stop him, but Ho Young shoots from some distance and scores a goal. The crowd erupts into cheers as Ho Young scores the first goal of the match in an amazing fashion. The commentators also go crazy, as they think they underestimated the Shoot Dory team. The producer thinks that not only did Ho Young outrain Costa, he also breached Casemiro's defense. He did both of these things in one play and thinks that it will definitely make for great content. After Ho Young scores, he goes to celebrate with the SU again and thinks that Chad's skill is really amazing, and it feels like a cheat. However, because he uses it, his knee gets a bit sore. As the crowd cheers him on, Ho Young thinks that this stadium is below his level right now, and he should not be too happy about the support. He wants to dominate the entire field in the game, and then suddenly, a system window opens in front of him, asking him to choose one of the talents to copy from Casemiro's arsenal. Ho Young decides to enhance his football prodigy talent and chooses it before looking at the revised conditions to copy more talents. He finds that now he needs to break through solo 5 times and score a hat-trick. Ho Young thinks that he can do that in the 30 minutes that are remaining, and then he will copy the ball-intercepting talent. Meanwhile, the Brazilian coach decides to substitute Costa because he does not want him to feel stressed before the main tournament. Costa wants to play so he can do better, but Coach Carlos is confident that he needs to rest now. He tells him to go back to the bench and think about what he learned from Ho Young so that he can incorporate it into his game. Even after being humiliated, Costa is too arrogant and says he can't learn anything from an Asian. That's racist. You can learn math from an Asian. Carlos is furious and tells Costa that if he were the referee, he would give him a red card for his racist comments. He then tells him to observe Ho Young's skills as a viewer if he can't gauge them out as a player. Costa is taken aback and has no choice but to obey. Both Carlos and Costa watch Ho Young pass through their team's defense to score goals, and the coach thinks that he is on a different level than any kid he has taught. He wonders where, on earth, such a monster came from. He won't be able to believe the truth, even if he learns about it. Soon, Sao Paulo FC scores their first goal, and as the momentum shifts, Ho Young also starts losing stamina. He knows this is because he is doing everything alone, but he still wants to win against a Brazilian powerhouse. However, despite his best efforts, Sao Paulo FC won by 9-4, and obviously all 4 of them were by Ho Young. Carlos is amazed at the result and has mixed feelings about it. He was planning it to be a show-off warm-up match, but they found a monster in the form of Ho Young, who stopped their team alone. His assistant also thinks that Ho Young's off-the-ball play and sprinting speed are especially remarkable. He thinks that if the boy keeps playing like this, he will be a star, and Carlos agrees with him. He remarks that Ho Young's basics are still poor, but he is fast, smart, and above all, he enjoys playing football. He thinks that they will have to wait to see if Ho Young really has more potential. As Ho Young's parents are talking about the game, Carlos visits them. Ho Young's dad is flustered by seeing a football icon, and luckily, Ho Young's mom knows enough Spanish to talk to him. Carlos tells her that her son is like a rough diamond that needs polishing, and that is why he wants to sign a contract with him so that he can train at their academy. While they are discussing this, Ho Young is looking at the system windows, asking him to choose from the list of talents possessed by Costa and Casemiro. He takes the B-grade ball interception skill from Casemiro and then wonders what he should take from Costa. The football prodigy talent is the same rank as the one he has, and Ho Young sees no merit in taking it. He feels that he can make better use of Costa's strong and well-trained legs, which can improve his fast sprinting speed. As soon as he selects the talent, Ho Young feels his legs full of energy and thinks that if he keeps on gathering talents like this, he might become an unparalleled football player in history. Just then, the system tells him that he cannot copy another talent for 7 days now because he is copying an orang talent. Ho Young thinks it is no problem, and he can train his talents using that time. Soon, the presenter comes there for an interview and asks Ho Young the secret behind his extra motivation today. Ho Young tells him about the jobless people who spend all their time online, who said he couldn't play well against a foreign team, so he wanted to prove them wrong. The presenter is impressed and then moves on to the next interview. However, the producer likes Ho Young's words and laughs, saying that he will definitely be a star. The scene changes, and a very dashing man appears. The main character is asked whether he is being recruited here. The main character responds, "Am I being recruited by the Brazilian football club?" His mother says, "Yes, you are. You'll need to listen to me very carefully. First, you'll go to the academy. After that, there will be tests with your regulars, and they've said that the people won't be allowed there at all. Do you understand what we're saying? Young man, you're going to be very young." My dear caterer also says that he understands, and he remarks that you folks want to make it clear that I'm a young lad heading abroad. He continues, "That's right, Article 19 states that a child can only be transferred when they are 18 years old. This rule is in place as a human right." He notes that while athletes are there to protect their rights, in this case, it's going to be an exception, and these regulations don't apply to him. He concludes that it's basically impossible. Shifting gears, I thought to myself that while many people get caught in these situations, they don't end up in jail. A lot of people have been caught here before. Unless the club decides to intervene. The main character mentions that the Brazilian football club also talked to him about a youth contract. He's excited about the opportunity but wonders why Carlo, the coach, sent him away without a word. His mother responds, "There were a lot of reporters around, and you know how fascinated people can be with you. That's why he had a brief conversation with your mom. How did you handle that?" The main character says they refused, explaining to his mean caterer, "How can I send my child abroad when he's only 10? I said it wasn't okay. It felt like the end of the world." His father chimes in, "Son, I was just joking." The mean caterer responds, "Does anyone joke like that?" He explains that his dad doesn't speak Spanish, so all he said was thank you, and then he left. The entire negotiation was done by the mother. The mean caterer asks, "Mom, what did you discuss with him?" She replies, "I said as long as our son is happy here, I agree with the move." The main character adds, "Of course, I'm thrilled. Brazil has produced so many football superstars. I can't believe I'm going abroad for studies, especially with football's help. I'll get the chance to develop the talent of South America's youngsters. This isn't just a simple study abroad program. If I sign the youth contract, I'll also start earning money." His mother adds, "I've heard there will be a lot of Korean friends there, but you'll need to learn more languages. You should know Brazilian and Portuguese." The main character responds, "That's okay. I'll start learning right away. I've figured out how to manage all of this. Now, I want to leave as soon as possible. But I have to wait until the Velo card is here and Carlos Wafer tournament is over. What should I do in the meantime? I heard Abu Mukam's football club is participating in a tournament here. There are 16 teams competing. It's going to be a festival for the world youth. The MBC World Youth Football Tournament starts on the 18th, with final entries ending on the 16th. There are only 5 days left. I'm still going to have a chance. The program then shows the main character wincing and saying, "My knees are really sore. I might have overdone it yesterday. I'll need to be more careful from now on." He reflects that just having good football skills isn't enough, you also need physical strength. He points out that Ronaldo had to deal with numerous injuries due to overwork, particularly with his knees. "I'll need to train specifically for my injury," he says. His mother arrives and asks, "What are you doing here? Are your legs hurting?" The main character responds, "I think I'm just getting a bit older." His mother starts pressing his legs and says, "If it's that hard, you should stop. I just want to see you healthy." The main character agrees, "Yes, Mom." As he settles down to sleep, he adds, "Mom's massage is really helping." Someone watching the main character on TV comments, "I'm very proud. I mean, Writer 11 is doing great on TV." The person then muses, "But with the tournament coming up, there's one weakness. This is going to be very different and challenging. If we consider his skills for our team, we need to think it over." The coach reassures him, "No need to worry too much." What do you think about Cha Bam-kwon? Cha Bam-kwon, the father of legendary Korean football player Do Rim, is mentioned. The person says, "I feel the same about him now as I did about Do Rim when he was young." Sang-bon asks, "What do you mean by that?" He replies, "Cha Bam-kwon runs just like Koree's Lee. He's young, but also quite smart. I think he's going to be a very exciting player." Sang-bon asks, "How do you plan to manage Tori?" He responds, "I've already seen him. I didn't have time to work with him before due to my busy schedule, so I want to teach him a few things. Can we meet tomorrow at 2:30? Cha agrees, "Yes, I'll call his parents in the morning." The child might also have his own schedule. The child and his mother arrive, and someone greets them warmly. Cha says, "How are you, young man?" The main character thinks to himself, "Cha Bam-kwon is right here in front of me." Cha puts a hand on the main character's head and jokes, "Are you going to be a bomber here?" They both laugh, and Cha adds, "You're going to be an interesting player. Mr. Wu, let's go inside." The main character replies, "Yes, sir." The main character and his mother sit on one side, while Cha Bam-kwon sits opposite them. He says, "Ultimately, you have to decide if all the young players will participate in the competition based on a simple test." He continues, "If you permit it, we can definitely look into it. If we see positive reactions from the young players, we will definitely agree." The main character's mother adds, "If our son is happy, then I agree too. No parent can refuse their child anything." The main character is excited about the opportunity to practice in the youth competition. "No matter what happens, I'm confident I can pass the test," he says, putting on his shoes. He looks at the team of Wonder 13 and notes, "This is the first time I'm seeing students older than me here. I guess all these students are really something." The main character looks around and thinks, "Why are they all so tall? I feel like I'm surrounded by giants." He glances at the goalie and notes that his height is about 170 centimeters. He starts evaluating his skills. Football level is C+, wide open growth potential is B+, and confident heading is B-. His talent is really impressive, he muses. Then he turns to Cha Bam-kwon and asks, "What kind of test are you going to conduct?" Cha Bam-kwon replies, "Oh, it's a full court game. I'm going to run that." The main character thinks, "This is going to be tough for me." There are 2 teams, and the main character is positioned in the corner. The match begins, and his team starts advancing with the ball. "We're using the 4-4-2 tactics," he explains. "My role here is to break through as a forward. In simple terms, I need to score goals. These are what you'd call finishers or goal scorers. I need to be on top of my marking." As his team pushes forward, the main character notices that no one is passing the ball to him. "Can you at least pass to me once?" he pleads. It's as if he's invisible. "Sorry, not happening," he grumbles. They're really trying to show me their sincere attitude, aren't they? Determined, he decides, if no one's passing, I'll take the ball myself. He starts charging forward. As he's about to take control of the ball, the coach calls out, "Listen up." The coach and a player look towards him. "Sang-moon," the coach says, "this is something we shouldn't laugh at." "Cha-boom, you're doing well." Seo and Sang-bun seem a bit confused. Cha-boom adds, "When your teammates don't pass you the ball, you have to showcase your skills. I did this in Germany." As Ang said, happiness in football comes from having the ball. There's a risk, but you have to take it in football. Look at that cow, he's going all in. The main character speeds up, dribbling the ball. A teammate calls out, hey, pass the ball quickly. But the main character presses on, declaring, nice pass, as he maneuvers past defenders. If you don't give me a chance, you'll have to acknowledge my skills. He dodges opponents, leaving even the senior players bewildered. As he advances, he shouts, get out of my way. I'm going for the goal. The opposing defenders shout, come closer, come closer. He sends a high ball forward. The goalkeeper moves in, and the main character yells, head it. Number 9 leaps in and heads the ball into the goalpost. Goal, cheers the main character. The main character reviews his requirements, 15 assists and over 250 minutes of official match play. 1 goal down, many more to go, he thinks. He aims to reach around 180 centimeters and number 9 looks at him, Suk Kyung-jun, he says. If you're going to be a domestic football player, you need a name like that. Cha Bum-kun mentions, this is what we call the JD line in Korea. Nice pass. That was a great feed you gave me. He adds, the key weapon here is height. Currently, it's between 170 centimeters and 190 centimeters. Koreans are generally on the shorter side, but your height being around 190 centimeters is impressive, quite rare. The main character gives a thumbs up and thinks, with a growth potential rated B+, this isn't too shabby. I'm definitely going for it. He makes another header forward for number 9, who assists and converts it into a goal. Both the main character and number 9 give each other a thumbs up. Cha Bum-kun comments, in your first game, you provided 3 assists and scored a goal. Impressive. The main character replies, yes, sir. Cha Bum-kun then asks, so, are you preparing for assists or goals? The main character clarifies, I was preparing for goals, but I passed the ball to my teammates to lower their guard and get them to accept me. Cha Bum-kun, with a knowing look, thinks to himself, that's a clever tactic, even if it's a bit of a fib. Cha Bum-kun says, alright, you've got the hang of your team members. Now, you need to join the competition class starting today. The coach will discuss this with your mother, and you'll be given responsibility for the competition class. Take it seriously. Understood? The main character nods, yes, sir. Cha Bum-kun reviews his skills and notes, your rank is L. That means you're on the path to greatness. The rest of your skills are listed on the screen. You need to score 30 goals from 30 meters out in official matches and help your team reach the finals in Pipa. The main character's eyes light up with determination. I'm really eager for this, he says. Cha Bum-kun asks, why are you looking at me like that? The main character replies, I'm not thinking about anything in particular. I just haven't seen a grade like this before. An L grade might be legendary, and it looks like it has 31 attributes with explosive power, almost like a marathon runner. Even Sha Dori couldn't match the speed. Cha Bum-kun chuckles and says, well, that won't help you here. As expected, the condition to become a legend is going to be tough. The main character notices a blue aura around Cha Bum-kun and thinks, Cha Bum-kun is truly on another level. Cha Bum-kun then asks, have you received an offer from the Brazilian football club? They took one of our players last time. The main character confirms, yes, I have received such an offer. Cha Bum-kun says, that's a great decision. It will put pressure on you to become a top player, but experiencing different environments will help you develop your talent faster. The main character responds, thank you for your advice, sir. Cha Bum-kun adds, even if you go abroad, stay in touch with us. Let me know if you face any difficulties. The main character agrees, yes, sir. After that day, the main character intensifies his team practice and focuses on integrating with the team. He consistently provides assists to Yat Jin, who converts them into goals, leading to his position being changed to the second striker. From poacher to second striker, he notes, as a second striker, I can support the forward and help us score more goals. We'll need to manage the attack in midfield with dribbling and breaking through defenses. Sangmun instructs, you need to make breakthroughs, pass, and shoot. Remember, you must balance both attacking and defending. Don't let the pressure get to you, stay confident. The main character thinks to himself, I feel like I'm contradicting myself here, but reassures himself with, don't worry, sir. We then see a scene from the day before the competition. The main character makes a brilliant assist for number 9, who scores with a header. Number 9 congratulates him, nice pass. Your header was even better. Sangmun, watching from the sidelines, remarks, the synergy between Shiryuk Young-ju and Jo Young is impressive. With these skills, we could definitely reach the quarterfinals. Even if we have to face the European powerhouse Dutch under-19 or the Portuguese giants, we're not that far off. Someone calls out, "Great job, everyone. Now, quickly get inside, do your stretches, and rest up." The main character reflects, "This will be our last training session before the big game. I'm tired, but I've achieved my first condition. I just need to fulfill the second one, playing around 250 minutes in official matches." He calculates, "I get about 50 minutes per match, so I should meet the requirement before the quarterfinals." Determined, he thinks, "I'll get it done." The scene shifts to December, with two commentators sitting at the broadcast desk. One says, "Welcome to the World Youth Championship hosted by Korea, organized by MBS. I'm thrilled to be commentating today, and my name is Seo." The other commentator adds, "Hello, everyone. This is the first World Youth Championship held in Korea since the 2002 FIFA World Cup. There's a lot of public interest this year." As the players enter the field, including our main character, he marvels at the natural grass. "This field feels so authentic," he says. "Our opponents are Poland, which means I might get to see Lewandowski, who's set to be the world's best striker. Along with him, Luis Suez and Harry Kane will be here too. The legend of the Polish football team, Lewin, will also be playing. This is really happening." The main character knows, the most important thing is that we need to win this game by any means necessary. He begins analyzing the strengths of the opposing team as the match between Shaboom and the Polish national team kicks off. The CEO comments, "What do you think of the game so far?" The second commentator replies, "I think Shaboom will definitely win. The young players seem particularly dynamic today." Shaboom's team is using a 4-4-2 formation, putting full pressure on their opponents, while the Polish national team is employing a 4-2-3-1 formation, leveraging their physicality. "Look! There's a gap in the center," shouts a Polish player. The ball is quickly passed forward. The commentator notes, the Polish team's 5 midfielders are dominating the field with their passing. A player shouts, "Go on, shoot." As a Polish player takes a fast shot, the main character's team struggles to keep up. The commentator announces, "The ball has been passed forward, and it looks like Shaboom's team might be on the verge of defeat. Their defense formation has been completely broken." A Polish player exclaims, "Finally, we're making progress." Rosvat advances, and as Paul moves in to challenge him, he thinks, "Once I get the first touch, I can handle anyone one-on-one." Just then, our main character swoops in and snatches the ball away. The Polish player is stunned. "What's this?" He's a striker. Our main character delivers a long kick and shouts, "Run!" His team charges forward with the ball. One of the opposing players stands ready and says, "I'll make sure you don't pass." Our main character dodges and moves past him, wondering, if he doesn't have the ball, why is he running? The main character tumbles forward and calls, "Pass it to me quickly." A teammate complies, and our main character acknowledges, "Nice pass." With 3 defenders in front of him, someone urges, "Run quickly and block that guy." As he moves forward, number 5 positions himself in front, but our main character's eyes are fixed and determined. He dodges all defenders, and someone remarks, "Is this guy a monster?" Now face to face with the goalkeeper, our main character skillfully dodges and turns inside. The commentator announces, in the 7th minute of the first half, FC Chab has scored their first goal, thanks to Young. It's surround him, praising, "Young, that was an amazing attack and a brilliant goal." The main character responds, "I wanted to score in style, but my legs were moving so fast I couldn't control them." He chuckles to himself, "Guess my style was a bit too speedy." The commentator continues, "FC Chab leads 1-0. It was a spectacular goal. Young's potential seems limitless." The other commentator adds, "Could this track also turn out to be a future star? He's showing promise." Despite the praise, a critic argues, "I'm not convinced. He's just 9 years old. He might bring the ball up like a whirlwind, but can he really score consistently?" Meanwhile, a teammate worries, "If this keeps up, I'm in for a tough time." Our main character urges, "Pass it to me quickly," and receives the ball. He scans the formation and realizes, "I don't see any space here." The commentator notes, "Young Tam is eyeing Shayok. He needs to stay active and link up with his main character." As Young starts moving forward, dodging a defender, the commentator praises, "Young has managed to evade the defense beautifully." Our main character thinks, "I can do this." A teammate calls out, Here. Pass the ball to me," with 2 players nearby. Our main character surmises, this is a signal for a low pass, but worries, "I can't do this. He might intercept it." Determined to secure the perfect assist, he heads towards the goal. A player shouts, "No, Young," but the shot is taken, and Young's mid-range shot goes straight into the net. The referee cheers, "What a stunning play." The commentator is amazed, he didn't just assist, he scored the goal himself. The other commentator adds, "Indeed, he first scored for himself, what a remarkable performance." To create space, high test means he slowed down the tempo, found openings for himself, and showcased excellent skills. This kind of play is characteristic of every smart player. My main character wonders if this approach really works. He reflects, "I'm not sure if I'm thinking clearly. Everything seems to be going according to plan, but I still feel like I'm missing something." As he looks towards the sky, he jokes, "I feel like I'm channeling my inner Ronaldo here." His mid-range shot, rated C+, shows that his talent is gradually growing. He muses, "If I can further enhance my shooting skills, imagine the possibilities." He believes that improving his talent could significantly boost his overall power. He thinks about his desire to play more football, enjoying every moment on the pitch. "I should give this another shot, making sure not to strain my knees," he decides, shouting, "Hat trick." The crowd cheers as he scores his second goal, and the force of the shot sends the ball into the corner of the net. The Portuguese players exclaim, "What kind of monster is this guy?" As he advances with the ball, a teammate complains, "Why aren't you passing to me?" Our main character replies, "There's no particular reason. We need to focus on winning first. You'll have to wait a bit. I'll create an opportunity for you." With only 13 minutes left in the second half, he pushes forward and scores yet another goal, completing his hat trick. He's elated, and the commentator remarks, "This player is phenomenal, his future looks incredibly bright." The crowd cheers loudly, praising his performance, and speculating about a potential Golden Ball nomination. As the main character plays on, he notices that everyone's attention is now on him because of his hat trick. He advances, but a defender approaches, creating a challenging situation. Suddenly, someone shouts his name and says, "You need to give a proper header." Sheok jumps to make the header, and the ball goes into the net. The commentator exclaims, "What a fantastic assist." As Cha-Bum's team celebrates their fourth goal, the main character waves to his mother, who is cheering from the stands. "This celebration is for you, Mom," he shouts. His mother responds with a thumbs up, and he returns the gesture. Sheok approaches and says, "Your pass was spot on." "Thanks." The main character replies, "Thank you. Football is all about teamwork. Life might be solitary, but football is a collective effort." An interviewer asks, "You've led Cha-Bum to a 4-0 victory with 3 goals and 1 assist. How are you feeling?" The main character responds, "Our victory is what matters most. My teammates supported me greatly." The commentator praises him, "You answered like a true professional. Is there anything else you'd like to say?" The main character smiles and says, "I love you, Mom and Dad. I'm giving my all to become the best football player I can be. Thanks for all your support." As the match progresses, the main character is reflecting on his performance. "Thank you for watching this match," he says, feeling a bit impressed with himself. He jokes, "I feel like I'm sounding like an emo stuck in the clouds." The buzz around him is palpable. People are commenting that he'd never score a goal against foreign players, but now he's winning them over. He smiles, noting, "Looks like my fan base is growing slowly." The next day, the team faces Switzerland. It's a win for our main character's team, 3-2. Following that, they play against Portugal. The main character proudly announces, "We're contenders for the championship. We had some challenges, but thanks to multiple goals by P.E. Young, we pulled through." In the quarterfinals, they battle Pregu. P-Sheok and P.E. Hyo each score twice, leading to another win. Now, it's time for the semifinals, and their opponent is Japan, who finished second in Group A. The winner of this match will advance to Sangam Stadium in Seoul. The teams face off, and the main character thinks, "I cannot lose this match. Not even if Japan's Kanga Singh is on the field." He reviews Kanga Singh's stats: football pedigree is B rank, delicate ball touch C+, on-ball movement C. To measure his abilities, the task is to win the game and steal the ball from him 5 times. 5 times? "I'm an attacker, not a defender," he muses. He decides, if that's the case, I'll play a free role. He talks to his teammate, Ki Sing Insen, and adds, "Yes, and you're going to die singing too." "Nothing," he thinks, "this is going to be wild." He explains, "A free role means I can move anywhere on the field. I'll need excellent judgment and positioning." At the 7-minute mark of the first half, the Japanese team is charging forward. A player passes to Kanga Singh, who moves with speed. "Kanga Singh is in the lead," someone says. The main character closes in fast, and Kanga Singh comments on his impressive SP. Striker or not, this is going to be a technical showdown, Kanga Singh thinks, trying to control the ball. Sangban instructs him to return to position, but the main character manages to steal the ball. As he races towards his field, the coach internally marvels, when did he learn to defend so well? Spectators cheer, you need to create chances for us. The main character recalls, I picked up this precise ball interception steal from that guy during our match with the Brazilian team. He adds, it's impressive that a midfielder could steal the ball from me, especially with such a high score. Kanda easily is fuming and mutters, does this person want to humiliate me here? Meanwhile, Naveen charges forward with the ball, frustrated. Why aren't things working, he grumbles. Our main character shouts back, got it. But your shouting is louder than the game. He's informed that he's met the requirement of stealing the ball 5 times but still needs to win the match. No worries, he replies, I'm focused on winning now. He charges forward like a storm, with people around exclaiming, who's moving at such breakneck speed? The Japan team's coach warns, you cannot let number 7 get past. Be prepared for any long-range shots, block all shooting angles. Our main character sees the CO moving quickly and passes to him. It's not Yoke but a red-haired player who gets the ball. The commentator says, look at this. He's heading towards an open space. The main character aims for the goal, but his shot hits the post and bounces back. The crowd groans, no, this can't be happening. Banana Man Crater praises, good job, Joan. The ball comes to Joan, who heads it straight into the goalpost. Goal, cheers the main character. The crowd roars, Suk's header has given the Korean team the lead. The main character and Suk exchange thumbs up. The game continues with the Japanese team struggling, and the Korean team scoring repeatedly. The final score, 3-0, with Football Club Chabam emerging victorious. CO exclaims, Yang scored 2 goals and gave an assist. Isn't that amazing? The other person agrees, absolutely. In a real match, that's outstanding. He must have put in a lot of work. Everyone hugs the main character and dances with joy, celebrating their entry into the finals. They need just one more win to claim the championship. The next match will be between Germany and Portugal.